if I fall into sin and run from God, I want those people around me that love me to pursue me for the sake of redemption. In Matthew chapter 18, Jesus is sitting around and his disciples ask him who would be the greatest in the kingdom. He pulls a child in the midst and he says, you must be like this child. You must be humble and turn to be the greatest in the kingdom. So the most humble person is the greatest in the kingdom. Then Jesus turns his attention to the idea of leading children away into sin or temptation, and he gives some very strong warnings, saying if you lead someone into sin, it would be better that you had a huge stone attached to your neck by ropes and that you would be thrown into the depths of the sea. And then he goes on and talks about the importance of abstaining from sin, using language like, if your hand causes you to sin, cut it off. It's better to enter into the kingdom of heaven lame than to go to hell with both hands. If your eyes cause you to sin, pluck one out, because it's better to enter heaven blind than go to hell with two good eyes. So he gives this very stark warning about leading others astray, and then also about allowing temptation to have great influence in our life to the point of causing us to sin. And then Jesus starts discussing this idea of the pursuit for redemption. He says, imagine if a man owns 100 sheep and one is led astray and lost. Doesn't he leave the 99 away and pursue that one that was lost for the hopes of redemption, and rejoice when the sheep is brought back? And still along that line of thinking about pursuing others for the sake of redemption is this idea, if a brother sins, go to him and plead with him that he would hear you and turn and repent and be restored. And if he doesn't listen to you, get 2 or 3 brothers so that your testimony can be in unity and be made sure and established, and then go and plead with the brother. And still, if that doesn't work, go to the church, go to the whole church. And the goal is to redeem a brother, to win a brother back, that he would see his own sin and repent and be made whole. After that, Jesus was asked, how many times do we forgive then? 7 times? Jesus said, no, a lot more than that, 70 times 7. So the idea is sin is serious, needs to be avoided. We certainly shouldn't cause others to sin. But when we do sin, God is pursuing that person for redemption, and we play a part too. We should pursue that person personally in the hopes that they be redeemed, and then when they do turn, we should forgive endlessly. We should just have this heart bent toward forgiveness. Jesus tells a story about a master who is owed a debt by a servant, and the servant can never pay. And his family was going to be sold into slavery, and all that he had was going to be sold and put toward that debt. The master, upon the servant's plea, forgives him. But then this servant goes and is unwilling to forgive a fellow servant of a very small debt. And at the end of that story, after the master finds out what is going on, he brings him forward and he actually hands him over to be put into jail until he can repay. And man, this is scary. Jesus ends that passage by saying that that's how God treats or will look at those that are unwilling to forgive others. See, this is the deal, though. Rather than in the midst of someone's sin, us pursuing them in the hopes of redemption, I don't know about you, but my tendency is to judge others, to exclude them. And really, if I'm honest, my tendency is to see their sin but fail to see my own. And many times, friend, I'm tempted to not be willing to forgive, but rather hold their sin against them, even though God has forgiven me of a debt that I could never pay. So this is the challenge. Let's acknowledge the dangers of sin. let's rid our lives of the temptations towards sin. Let's passionately pursue those that have fallen and been led astray. Let's seek them out personally in the hopes of redemption. And when they turn, let's just offer endless forgiveness. Because God forgives us of a debt we cannot pay. We should then be willing to forgive others of their sin. So man, there's hope. This is a message of redemption. God is passionately pursuing those that have been led astray or that haven't been found, that aren't saved. And we play a role in extending grace to those outside of the faith. But also we play a role in restoring those brothers that have, or sisters that have sinned. And again, it's our burden to always extend forgiveness, even though that's super, super hard. Talk to you again soon.